Alrighty, recording. So hi you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm back with a new video and we are gonna check out a video called 20 things you didn't know about Steph Curry. So I'm not gonna ramble. Let's get straight into this video. Let's go. Alright.
There's some things Steph Curry doesn't tell anyone. Near-death car crashes, weird pre-game rituals, and a disease that's making him go blind.
But until this week, no one knew that Steph Curry has been battling deteriorating eyesight.
Wait, have we seen this? I feel like I need to look this up real quick. Because I haven't known some of these things. No, I haven't reacted to it, but I guess I know some things about her.
These are 20 things you didn't know about Steph Curry. And for number 20, there's no way you knew that. Before the NBA, Steph Curry was a YouTuber. Yeah, in 2007, while Steph was in college, him and his boy started a YouTube channel where they posted nothing but bangers.
Their Sunday brunch is golden rule, and last night's girl thinks you're a tool.
Oh wow, that looks so tasty. I got a little something right here. Can I play?
Damn, my boy was a YouTube star. But these days, he's on a whole new level. In fact, for number 19, I bet you didn't know that the most expensive basketball card in the world is of Steph Curry.
I didn't know that either.
This is Steph's rookie logo man, and with only one of these cards in existence, in 2021, it was sold for a ridiculous $5.9 million. The most a basketball card has ever sold for. But hey man, Steph
14 bids? Like
Curry's worth it. Cause for number 18, you probably didn't know that Steph is so good at basketball that he literally broke NBA 2K. See, in 2015, Steph was shooting an insane 45% from 3. So when developers put him in 2K16, his in-game character was hitting half-court bombs like it was nothing, making gamers around the world freak out.
From deep three-point range.
Man, this game broken! This game broken! It's broken!
I might have to make a return to 2K.
Now,
Everyone
Steph may
better
have
than
been terrorizing 2K, but he's done some people even worse. Cause for number 17, there's no way you knew that Steph cost Under Armour hundreds of millions of dollars. In 2016, Steph was hyping up his latest signature sneaker, the Curry 3s, thinking they'd be the hottest shoe the game's ever seen. But when fans got their first look, they hated them, calling the shoes ugly, overpriced, and overrated. And when the Curry 3s finally dropped, the CEO of Foot Locker admitted that the shoes were selling terribly.
The Foot Locker CEO, Dick Johnson, said Friday, it's softer than expected, and that sent the shares tumbling. Under Armour lost about $600 million in market value.
Yeah, they lost $600 million. That is just crazy. Oh, what's even crazier is number 16, cause you may not—
Those numbers, I cannot even fathom,
I'd have known that Steph has the weirdest training routine in NBA history. See, back in 2012, Steph wanted to take his game to another level. So, he adopted an experimental training routine that is just weird. From wearing strobe light goggles to jumping in sensory deprivation tanks, Steph was looking like a damn science experiment. But it worked.
What is
Because
that?
he became quicker and more
People got too
accurate
much
on the
money.
court, averaging 8 more points per
Floating
game
in a-
the very next season. Man, when it comes to being the best, this man Steph will stop at nothing. But believe it or not, for number 15, there's one thing that Steph's even better at than basketball: singing.
What?
James, I noticed that you think you can sing, but this is the remix with Steph.
Look at the guy next to it. This is not what I signed up.
You think you can sing,
Who's the guy next to it?
but this is the remix with Steph and Curry.
That shit's beautiful, man. But I can't say the same for number 14,
I need
because you
some
probably
water.
never knew that Steph Curry almost died See,
Nothing
in
good.
2018, Steph was behind the wheel of his Porsche Panamera, cruising down Highway 24 in Oakland.
Why does everyone have that? My favorite one is the Targa.
All of a sudden,
Targa.
a silver Lexus cut in front and ran him off the freeway.
Oh my
in the
God.
blink of an eye, Steph's car was totaled, leaving him stranded on the side of the highway. But luckily, everyone walked away from the scene with
was like,
no
what is he wearing?
injuries.
I mean,
Steph was just
who cares what
grateful
he's
to be
wearing? He's
alive.
good. He's
Man, something like that will really make you appreciate life. And that's exactly why in number 13, Steph is spending millions of dollars saving an entire city. See, in 2019, Steph launched the Eat, Learn, Play Foundation, a charity that is giving back to the kids of Golden State. And from donating 100,000 books to serving 16 million meals, Eat, Learn, Play is changing lives. And in just a couple of years, Steph's charity has already raised over $15 million, all for the kids of Oakland. Damn, Steph stays giving back. Now for number 12, you probably knew that Steph broke the record for the most threes of all time.
Yep.
But what you didn't know is that he turned the shoes he wore that night into his very own NFT, the Curry Genesis Flows. And at $333 each, these NFTs sold out, raising over $1 million, all for charity. Man, this dude's stuff is full of surprises. In fact, for number 11, I bet you didn't know that 5-year-old Steph was in a Burger King commercial.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah,
How'd you get to be so big?
I guess I just grew that way.
What's it take to be a great basketball player like you?
Well, you really gotta want it. You gotta taste it. You gotta be able to smell it.
Oh, I'm kind of
You really
hungry.
gotta be hungry for it.
Dad, can we go to Burger King? I am really hungry.
From Burger King to 3-Point King. Man. But alright, dog, we're entering the top 10.
Alright,
so
let's
things
go.
are about to get even crazier.
So far, I didn't know these things, but I'm
'Cause I
probably
bet
gonna
you
know
didn't know
some.
that
now.
Steph Curry, the greatest shooter in NBA history, might go blind. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
For the first 10 years of his career, everything seemed fine. Steph was hitting threes, making passes,
I heard
and
something
becoming
about
a
this.
GOAT.
Oh, we saw
But
the
in
no-look pass.
2019, he discovered something
Let's go.
horrifying.
Curry has a genetic disease called keratoconus. About 1 in 2,000 people suffer from it.
The reason I found out I couldn't see very well is because our GM, Bob Myers, saw me on TV one time just squinting, looking at the scoreboard, and he came up and asked me, he's like, can you actually see? And I was like, no, I just see the color orange really well.
This disease, it makes your vision worse and worse, has no cure, and if left untreated, can
Are the
leave you
lights-
blind. So the only thing Steph could do was get contacts and hope his eyesight doesn't get any worse. But hey, at least he's got people he can lean on, like in number 9, because I don't think you knew that Steph's biggest fan is LeBron James. See, back in 2008, LeBron was watching Steph ball out in the NCAA tournament, and he was so impressed that after the game, he introduced himself and gave Steph the gift of a lifetime.
I don't know how people knew this. He gave me a jersey when I was in high school. When I was in college, at Davidson, and I still have it on the wall at my parents' house back in Charlotte.
Wow.
And he wrote it like to the king of basketball in North Carolina and signed it and all that.
Man,
Oh,
it's
wow.
great to see Steph get the love that he deserves. Because the guy has done a lot for his community. In fact, for number 8, I bet you had no idea that Steph is the first NBA player to design shoes for girls. See, back in 2018, Steph got a letter in the mail that broke his heart. It was a 9-year-old fan, upset that his latest signature shoe wasn't made in girl sizes. And when Steph read that, he knew he had to make things right. So he got in touch with the girl's family, teamed up with Under Armour to design her very own
No, the parents wrong.
signature shoe.
It's 2 girls playing basketball and then encouraging words behind it.
You sparked a nice big movement for sure, and we get to represent it together. That's it.
Look at Curry, man, out here grabbing W's. But number 7 was a massive L, because there's
Why did
no
she have grown-up shoes? She had grown-up shoes.
way you knew that. Steph got banned from buying his own sports team. In 2018, Steph saw that his favorite NFL team, the Carolina Panthers, were up for sale. So he started making some calls and reaching out to investors, until eventually he teamed up with Diddy and NBA owner Michael Rubin to put together an offer to buy the Panthers for $2 billion. And with a number like that, it seemed like the deal was done. But at the very last second,
we too broke,
the deal
you
was
guys. We
shut
too
down
broke.
by none other than the NBA. Because apparently,
I said we. You guys are like, we not with you.
they thought an active player buying a team with an NBA owner was a conflict of interest. So with that, the team was sold to another group, leaving Steph's dreams crushed. Now, for number
something in the
6,
future, probably.
I bet you didn't know that. Steph designed one of the ugliest cars in the world. Yeah. In 2019, the people at Infinity hired Steph to shoot a car commercial.
Let me
and
see.
the idea behind the ad was that Steph would design the ugliest car he could think of just to prank his friend.
You know, my relationship obviously with Infinity goes back a couple years now, and they gave me the opportunity to put my fingerprint on the concept car.
Let's see what you're talking about.
There we go.
He said,
Whoa.
This joint right here.
Yo. This the future for real.
Now look, clearly, Steph's a creative, but you definitely didn't know about his latest project. Cause for number 5, Steph is creating his very own cartoon. Yeah, you might have seen Steph appear.
I was just worried about the one wheel in the front, because, you know, when you turn my fault. That was the only thing.
In an episode of Family Guy, but what you probably missed is that in 2020, Steph announced he was teaming up with Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane to reboot the classic 70s sitcom, Good Times.
Seth MacFarlane? Steph Curry?
I'm not from
Good Times
America.
reboot? Huh? I asked myself the same questions, but we doing it. We wanted to bring the Good Times show back and bring some of the hilarity, some of the good conversations, and animate it. So who better to work with than Seth MacFarlane?
And there's no official release date yet, but it's been in production for a couple of years, so hopefully it comes out pretty soon. But in the meantime, we gotta talk about number 4. See, there's one sport that Steph loves a little too much: golf.
The game of golf just gets under my skin. Like, no matter how well you played, you always feel like you can play better. Very similar to basketball, so.
If I'm on the bench, dead ball or something, a swing tip might pop up in my head. It's not good. I'm haunted by it. That's what my wife says, I'm haunted.
You know, I'm starting to think Steph's got problems. But anyways, we're entering the top 3. So,
Alright.
you're about to see a whole new side of Steph you've never seen before. Cause I bet you didn't know about the time that Steph sparked a worldwide controversy. See, back in 2018, Steph was on an episode of Wingin' It with Vince Carter and some friends. And it was here that, out of nowhere, Steph dropped a bombshell.
We ever been to the moon?
Nope.
Nope. They gonna come get us. I don't think so either. I'm conspiracy. Sorry, I don't want to start a conspiracy.
They ain't been on the moon.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Steph said we've never been to the moon, sending the internet into a frenzy.
Was Steph Curry joking when he said
Oh, I thought
he
he meant that they haven't been to the moon. He mean like that.
doesn't believe Americans landed on the moon?
I don't think this is funny, actually. Like, we can laugh at it, but I don't think it's funny.
It happened. The moon landing happened.
And when the people over at NASA heard, well, they were pissed. So they called up Steph and had a little conversation.
It's been one of those kind of situations where I've had President Obama reach out. I've had yourself, one other astronaut that really wanted to educate me on how significant, the moon landing was. Obviously, it was real.
But Steph didn't stop there, because shortly after, he put his money where his mouth was, teaming up with Under Armour to create custom moon landing shoes, with all the proceeds going
It's good that you know, because these conspiracy
to
theories are
support
crazy.
science education.
It
Yeah,
goes
Steph might have
deep.
screwed up, but he clearly has a heart of gold. That's why for number 2, you might not have known that Steph became best friends with Obama. And it started in 2015 when Steph met Obama at a White House charity event. And from the jump, the two hit it off. So much that over the next few years, they became best friends. From doing commercials, giving speeches, hell, even golfing together. And these days, Steph and Obama are like brothers. In fact, in 2022, right after Steph won his 4th ring, the very first person to call him up was none other than Obama.
Oh, I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that on TV. Oh, man.
Man,
You know,
this
Bob
dude
are
Steph
cracking
has got
jokes.
it all, and he's done all kinds of incredible things. But what if I told you that all of these moments should have never happened? Because the #1 thing you didn't know about Steph Curry is that the Golden State Warriors almost traded him. See, early in his career, Steph was showing a lot of potential, winning Rookie of the Month 3 times, making the All-Rookie First Team. Hell, he even won the Sportsmanship Award. But in 2012, things took a turn for the worse, because Steph was constantly getting hurt, needing 2 ankle surgeries and missing over half of his 3rd season. So the executives at Golden State started wondering, is Steph Curry really that guy? And when they got a call from the Bucks asking to trade for Steph Curry, they had their finger on the trigger, ready to get rid of him if the price was right. But at the very last second, one man stepped in to save the day. Steph's coach, Mark Jackson.
So Coach Jackson pulled me out at the locker room. He's like, yo, I just had to let you know, like, they wanted you in the trade. But I kind of stepped in too and said, I'm gonna give you the keys. I felt like I really believe in you. We just gotta get you healthy, and that's what the rest of the season's gonna be about. So, you know, his line, don't make me a liar.
Don't make me a liar.
And so that was when like the trade happened, and like, oh, by the way, that could have been you type vibe all at the same time. Crazy day. I'll never forget that moment.
For Steph, this was the day that changed everything, because instead of trading him, the Warriors gave Steph his biggest contract yet, worth $44 million. So, with the support of the franchise behind him, Steph put the entire NBA on notice. And over the next few years, he turned the Warriors franchise into a dynasty, winning 4 rings. And he's not done yet. Just imagine if Steph played for the Bucks instead of the Warriors. That's crazy. But to be honest, we've seen some moments that aren't just crazy. They're flat out nuts. Like one time, Shaq almost killed someone, and another, LeBron, caused an entire riot. Yeah, and if all that sounds crazy, then you need to click on this video right here.
Alright, that was the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hopefully I'll see you in another video. Appreciate you watching. Bye.